Greetings and welcome. I'm David Anderson with Automate Your Dream. Now, if you are coming here from the podcast where I spent a lot of time talking about what we're about to walk through, excellent, you did a good job. If you are not coming from the podcast episode and you just kind of came across this, real quick, I'll get you up to speed. Basically, a lot of my main mission really is to help solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, really anyone with a dream, right? Whether you have a 9-to-5, you got a family, you have distractions, you have obligations, right? You know the things that you need to do, but you're struggling to get them done because you're just always running out of time, right? And so these are time-saving solutions that will help you with getting through the tasks that aren't always exciting to do, but using automation tools can actually make it kind of fun, kind of make it interesting, and most importantly, save you a lot of time so you can do the most important thing, which is to make a lot of money. Get your earning done while you're getting your learning done here. So that's what our focus is. And so what I was talking about in the podcast episode is how you can basically automate your list building. If you don't have an email list, and so this is where it does kind of get a little specific, okay? So our focus is really as you as a business provider, providing a service to another business. So not necessarily an end user consumer, okay? And so I do want to make that differentiation for this particular video walkthrough, okay? Because we're going to be using Google to achieve this. So instead of taking hours, maybe even days, because again, you got a life to get through, right? Where, instead of taking that time and effort and distractions and trying to build that list out, and then, depending on if you do cold calling or email campaigns, it's just a matter of, okay, what's my process, right? And so what we're going to show you in this video coming up is how you can use one of the tools that I have to offer, and it's called Infinite Business Leads, and it allows you to do a targeted Google search on the type of business that you serve or businesses that you serve. And what it will do is basically scrape Google for all those listings, and you can export all that information from businesses, contact information as well, into a spreadsheet where you can set up webhooks or APIs. It's kind of like little bouncers that talk between two clubs, right? So the clubs are the softwares, and they have a special key to allow them to send guests from one club into another. So that's just a really easy way to think of how webhooks and API keys work. And so I could do another video if that's something that you would like to learn how to do. Just let me know in the comments below, and I can do a video on that. Or you can just send me a message by following my social links, so you can find me via Messenger and hit me up that way too. So without further ado, let's get you on the right track to learning how you can automate the process of building a list for business-to-business leads. And then in another follow-up video, I could talk about what I was covering in the podcast episode. So again, if you've missed it, you should click the link below, check out the podcast as well, so you can get more of the whole picture on this, right? So this is the first piece as far as building the list out in a matter of minutes. In minutes, you can have a list of leads, whether it's 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 leads, however many you want. You can run this, right? You can run this every day if you want, and then take the results and plug that list into your CRM of choice, okay? It doesn't matter what you use, so long as it has webhooks and API keys, then you can export this data straight into that and straight into whatever email marketing campaign that you might have set up. And so if you don't have a platform for that, then that's where, again, back in the podcast episode, I go into more detail about another tool that I have, Chirply. So you combine Infinite Business Leads and Chirply, boom, you got a way to automate your list building, and then you have a way to automate your cold outreach, especially if you just don't have the time to be calling up phone numbers every single day. So check it out and let me know what you think of this system, and if this is something that can help you out, that you can need. Ask me about a bundled deal, because basically once the funnel is complete for it, the deal's going to go away and it's just going to be what it is, right? So get it in now. I am doing a special offer on that. So in the meantime, get some learning done so you can get your earning on. All right, thanks. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right on in to Infinite Business Leads, okay? So again, this is a targeted search that you're going to do for the businesses that you're looking to connect with, so you can serve them and gain new customers and make some more money in a very little amount of time, right? So if you don't have a lot of time to build out a list manually, I'm about to walk you through how to do this quickly. So let's go ahead and I'll just pick something easy, like restaurant, like I just did that. And boom. So I'm in Midwest, so I'm using a Midwest example, so deal with it. So now we have, as you can see, the list of restaurants that are ranking on Google. And so you see here, there's some maps, or at least some places highlighted on the maps. I'm gonna go ahead and click on View All, and that is going to list out all the different restaurants. So let's say you do website design, let's say you help with reviews, it doesn't matter. You know what you're looking for, and this will help you build this list really quick, right? So you got the list view, now you have the maps, and I already have Infinite Business Leads already installed, and so it's very easy to install. A Chrome extension, much easier than your typical software. And as you see right here, get your leads now. So this little dialog box is from the extension. Infinite Business Leads has access to this page. Do you want to get leads now? Yes, I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that. And this might look a little different first time you log in. So this is such an easy tool to use, like super easy here, okay? So you have, home screen. This is the home screen here. And then this hamburger, it's funny, it's actually a hamburger menu. So here you have my contact support here, email. But here is you have your, there's two different ways where you can also add emails or scrape the emails. So you can add a Hunter API key or a Toomba API key. I totally said that wrong in my podcast. So my podcast listeners, my bad. It's not Toomba, it's Toomba. And then a link for training videos, and then where to change your password, cancel your account, log out. Super, super easy. Okay. So one thing about mining for emails, that can be a little tricky doing that manually. That's going to take a lot of time because you actually would have to go to the actual website each and every time to look for the email. It might be buried, somewhere for that. But Hunter and Toomba, they both are able to do that for you, and they use the API and webhooks. So another way to think about that is, the APIs are kind of like little miniature bouncers. And let's say you have one club that's wanting to send some people to the next, club, but the only way to pass the people over is through a special key that the bouncers pass, between each other. So then that way they can move, the club goers from one club to the other. So that's a very simple way to kind of think of it. So it allows APIs and webhooks allows completely different softwares to share data with each other. Okay. And so the purpose of that would be because you're going to see how quickly this will build a list for you. And you have two options. You can choose to download it by, here we go. So you can download it as a CSV file, or you can send the data to a webhook. So that means if you have a CRM or customer management platform, CRM, customer relationship management, there we go, platform. Geez, getting all twisted up here. That you use to run your business, you can send this list into that, and you can proceed with doing some type of autoresponder. So if you wanted to automate the cold outreach aspect, you can do that, and we'll cover that in another video. So here are your options. We'll just do download SCSV so you can see how this works, and go ahead and click on confirm, and look at it go. Look at that baby go. Now, as you can see, this is kind of mesmerizing. You might be tempted to just watch this whole thing, but don't forget that we're using this tool, so then that way you can keep this window open, move it to the side, and keep working on something else. Okay, right? So maybe while you are building the list here, then you can just go ahead and maybe start working on your email sequence for your autoresponder. Okay, so I have a tool that I offer. It's called Chirply. So you could set up the API or webhook to export out of Infinite Business Leads your list and send it into Chirply, and then plug those leads into an autoresponder campaign, drip campaign. So then that way you can start warming up those leads, and you could take over the process at any point. When you actually do want to reach out to them, with a phone call, but Chirply can do that as well by sending them ringless voicemails and whatnot. So we'll cover that in a different video. So we'll go ahead and stop the scraping here. And so look, immediately you saw that it downloaded the results. So we're going to go ahead and open that up, and let me move this over so you can see. And boom, right away you can see that we have our list. So we've got 29 leads here right off the bat, right? So these are 29 possibilities, potential clients that I can start reaching out immediately. Whether if I just wanted to do the cold outreach, I could start calling their numbers, or if I used a webhook, I can just send this to Chirply and go ahead and start sending out the ringless voicemails, or with the email. So I didn't have the Hunter activated on this. So with the Hunter or Tumba activated, you'd have another column here with all the emails. Okay, so I didn't have it activated. Hunter, you get 50 free emails a month. More than that, there is a small fee that you'd have to pay for that. Same with Tumba. I think you get a certain amount free, before you have to start paying for it. So depending on how many leads you're trying to get, I guess will determine if you even need to do that, right? So you have the search position, basically how they rank on Google, I suppose. Then you have ad status, if they had any active ads on there. None of these people didn't. So if you help with creating Google ads, that's something to look at. Description, as far as like how much money it is, not everybody had it, right? Rating, boom. So if you wanted to target those, these are all really good ratings actually. So if you wanted to target those with like maybe some lower ratings and helping them to get up top, look at this, total reviews. So the people who have very little reviews, you could be like, hey, your competitors, that's how many reviews they have. This is all you have. Let's help you with getting some more reviews, right? Service, right? Phone number, address, and then as applicable as what they had on there, if they had, depending on how they're listed, they probably didn't need to have this information in there. But then of course, website. You can export all of this in, or you could just work manually. But the whole point of this video is to show how you can do things with automation. So this is how Infinite Business Leads work. And if you would like to get a copy of this yourself or access to it, let me know. You can click the link for this video and then send me a message through Messenger, and we'll get you going. I also will be doing a bundle deal with between Infinite Business Leads and Chirply, make it really sweet and easy for you as well. And so we can get you on your way to building your list of leads and making some money. So with that, thank you so much, and on to the next.